happening, everybody?
Happy Hump Day and Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Or as we say, Cinco de Drinco.
Boy, Logan and Craggers, what's going on? Hey,
Hello,
guys.
gents.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Got the Cinco de Drinco. That's a good one. Didn't even mean to do that. Tecates, the Mexican Bud Lights.
I hate Tecates.
You can drink like a 12-pack of these.
I know, they're just not, I don't like
3 hours.
I'm a Dos Equis girl. Lager, right? That's the one I
Corey, what's happening? DJ, what's going on? Yeah, you can drink a shit ton of those things.
You said she wants the shirt from earlier. Is she talking about the Jesus shirt or the devil shirt?
Jesus drank wine or...
Kind of funny how that just happened.
Yeah,
I had the Jesus shirt and you said, no way, devil.
I wear a work polo and it's got like the branded polo for for our office and stuff like that. But I always throw an undershirt underneath it. And I just happened to grab one that said, not today, Satan. And it didn't even like come to mind until I saw you and I was like, holy shit, you're wearing the Jesus drank wine. It was perfect.
That's funny.
That's what I said. I was like, is it just
Coinky dink?
It's a coincidence because we don't see each other that often, even though we work in the same house.
Well, and I go on about an hour before you, and so I'm in my office working when you're getting dressed, so it's just...
Yep. It's kind of funny. So, hey, thank you guys for joining us at The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. I'm Greg, and that's Beth.
I'm Beth.
Go out and check us out on The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg on Facebook and Instagram. All the cool shit on iTunes and
twinning. We were
Spotify. Twinning, absolutely.
Twinning theme-wise.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of funny. Out on iTunes, Spotify. If you don't mind, give us a little, review out there on the old iTunes. I don't know if you can do a review on Spotify. Probably, but I don't know. But also, one of the things, we just cracked 100 followers on the YouTube channel.
Shut the hell up!
Which is kind of cool, because we were stuck at like 80s and...
That's awesome.
90s and stuff like that, but... If you guys don't mind, go out and share it, man. Just share it out on your Facebook. Share it out wherever you can. If you don't mind, I think we'd appreciate that a lot. So,
we would.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a whole shit ton of stuff to talk about.
We do. We were both
so first and foremost, cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
I need to real quick.
Cheers.
If you watched the last show, it was post Cornyval show. So I'm just gonna donate to the swear word jar right now because there were a lot of swears
on your part.
Oh yeah. I went heavy.
You went balls deep.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you still hate millennials? That's kind of one of the questions.
I don't hate millennials. They just irk me.
You fucking hated them on Saturday.
I cannot confirm nor deny that because I was drunk.
Yeah. So there's a reason this little rock is over here. This is Beth's hangover rescue rock.
It's a Himalayan salt lamp.
Yeah, and she needs it to cleanse her soul at this point.
So you don't even know what they do. It's to help, it's
you with your
to lighten
hangovers,
your mood, your anxiety, feeling of illness. Yes.
Ill will towards millennials.
Feeling of ill will.
Gigi's on. What's going on? How you doing?
So yeah, I think it's kind of funny that you put it up here, but I'll take it.
Craig said the more fucks, the better. Agreed. Absolutely.
I 100% agree with that. And I was a little tore up on Saturday.
We're all adults.
I don't really remember how many Fs were given.
I watched it and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Oh my God. And I kept going after the show and I woke up Sunday morning and I was like, I need Pedialyte right now.
Yeah, she actually woke up and drank Pedialyte or whatever.
It's a Pedialyte.
Yeah, Pedialyte stuff.
We took him on the cruise initially is where I learned
Reed,
about
what's going
them.
on? He's in the meat room.
They work.
Nice.
My headache went away. I was still tired AF, but because we didn't go to bed till 3 that night?
Yeah, it was pretty late.
2:30, something like that.
We kind of like a crazy week.
Frankie says hello.
Frankie, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, dude. We've got quite a few topics to talk through.
Stuff.
Yeah, we got some fun shit to talk about tonight. So we'll just jump into it. Like I said, go out, share the show if you don't mind. We would really, really, really appreciate that. And cheers, you guys.
Use your words. Cheers.
Choose your words. Use your words.
Let's talk a little bit, though, because I know it's not on here.
So, Gigi, yes. So, we stream. So, if you're on the boards and you don't know where you see some people, we stream both to Facebook and Instagram. Jesus Christ. And YouTube, whatever, to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. She's following along on
the FB,
the old Facebook, and I'm following along with you guys. Plus, I can see both threads. So if you're interested, if you're on one or the other, whatever's easiest, you guys go out, figure it out, follow it.
So today is Cinco de Mayo, right? And so I was thinking of like past Cinco de Mayo, and I think my favorite one was probably about 4 years ago in Phoenix when it happened to fall on a Thursday night. So we took the Friday off, and we went to that bar way out far by
No, that was right around the corner from our house.
No, the Grimaldi's, the one by the Grimaldi's bar, way up there.
Oh, yeah.
And we met that dude who was super nice. He's
like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago, and he was Army, right? Wasn't he Army?
Yep. Which one? We aren't Army or anything. Which one is? He was basically a grunt. Was that he had an 82 Bravo hat, I think, maybe. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't know. But I remember he was talking about...
he was out of the military now, and he bought into the marijuana distribution store when it became
building
legal.
The building there.
Well, it became legal in Colorado, and he bought into it, and it was medical approved in Phoenix or Arizona now, so he was building another one.
For distribution, because he was waiting.
I mean,
and now it's legal. And that dude's probably fucking rich.
I wish I would have thought about, you know what? I should buy into that. Could you imagine?
Fuck. We've talked to her dad.
My dad, as some of you guys know, is retired DEA, and I was like, hey, if marijuana becomes legal, I'm going to grow it and sell it. And he's like,
fine, I don't
what
give
you
a
got to
shit.
do.
He wasn't ever worried about the pot. I mean, that was his job.
Did you just say the pot?
The pot.
The pot?
The pot.
Yeah, he wasn't
worried
about
the pot back then. He was more worried about the heroin and the coke and all the other shit coming through. Yeah.
And he was more worried about, while he was worried about that, he was worried about, mass quantities.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
but I think that's my favorite. And I just remember we were out till
it wasn't
I think it was just only 10 o'clock, but we had been there since 2.
Yeah. So real quick, people celebrate Cinco de Mayo, a holiday that commemorates that's what I was just saying. A holiday that commemorates the Mexican Army's victory over the French Empire at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862.
Interesting.
So it's not like some sort of Independence Day.
No,
that's some other day. That's in October or some shit. It's just a day to get hammered in the United States.
Oh, well, exactly.
Pretty much.
For people to drink margaritas.
Margaritas.
Yes.
Cheers.
So thanks for letting me hijack that for a second. I just was thinking about that, and it was a fun one.
Absolutely, you guys. So, again, if you see somebody that's not on the boards, go invite them, man. I don't know. Because there's a whole bunch of people. You know what? After that Ross show, I think, that was probably our biggest show that we did so far. We've got a lot of views on Facebook, tons and tons, and then on I keep saying fucking Instagram, but on the YouTubes, it still is our biggest show so far.
Did you make that prologue?
Yes,
you did.
So it's just we really appreciate all you guys, and we have such a crossover
have a good time with you guys too.
From their show to our show and stuff like that. We really like it. So big story of the week, like I said, Beth's hangover cure. That thing, she's been hugging on it and snuggling with it. It's been next to her bed.
It used to be my bedroom, right next to the bed.
I just brought it up. I figured it's important. It kind of looks like some sort of arc reactor. I think.
Yeah, right in the center. It's so bright.
Yeah.
In real life, it's really pretty and very light and pink and wonderful. You could lick it. It's salty.
I'm not going to do that. Why is it gross over here?
It's a rock.
Is that because it's absorbing your negative energy?
What are you talking about?
Negative millennial energy. It's kind of gross over there.
It's a rock. I'm not going to even with you right now.
It's salt.
It's a rock. So there was hard rock around it. That's what all this crap is.
What's up, Lloyd?
Just,
Ruben?
You know what? Look at it, appreciate it, and leave it alone.
I don't give a shit about those things. Those things are dumb. So it's National Nurses Week. I want to throw that out. We have a lot of friends and family that are nurses. We always want to kind of throw that out for them. It's a pretty big deal. I was thinking about it. Really, it's without them, who in the hell is going to take care of you at 90 years old? Or
more specifically for you and I, because we don't have children.
Absolutely. Who the hell? She's going to die. I'm going to die before her, but who's going to clean her bedpan? Because it ain't going to be fucking me.
I'm not going to need a bedpan. I'm going to be spry until I'm 100. You could suck it. Yes, I think. It's all up here.
Your bladder's down there, though, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
If it happens, it happens.
So
You're the one who wants to live 100.
One.
Shit's going to be just, literally, it's going to be just going everywhere.
Come on now.
Get that Marg out. Get those shots of Patron going.
Living to 101 is very doable today. There are more people living to like 108 and 109, which I do not want to live that long.
They're all in China and Japan.
No, there's a couple people here.
Like 2. Ever.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
But hey, just National Nurses Week.
Thank you guys for all you do for everyone.
Appreciate y'all. So we have, like I said, we have a lot of friends and family that do that. So we've got a big animal segment.
We do.
Which is kind of a funny thing, right? So I was literally sitting out in the backyard with the dogs. And I'm just like sitting there fucking around playing ball or whatever. And all of a sudden I hear something jump. Well, it's a squirrel, right? Jump from one tree, and then I think I heard it say, like, "Oh shit!"
Oh
right?
shit!
And you hear like, and then it thuds on the ground, and I'm like, "Did a fucking squirrel just fall out of the tree?" We have squirrels all over the place.
We should also share that on Friday morning, I found a dead squirrel in our yard.
The fucker didn't make it. Yeah,
upside down with his legs in the air, and I was like,
yeah. So
not touching it.
I found this out on, or Nicole sent this to me, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much, evidently they were supposed to land on their feet, and this one did. So it was kind of fucked up, right?
So they're like cats.
I guess, except for the one we found dead on the side of the porch, unless he ate something he was supposed to eat.
I think yeah, who knows?
Died of old age?
Maybe.
Yeah, parkour squirrel didn't make it, that one. But no, it was hilarious. I was like, what the shit?
I love how they have a Captain America shield on his arm. But I've been telling you, there's been a squirrel that I've been waiting because he is Dude,
they jump. So my work area is like right behind all of this. And I have a window just to the side. And I see him jumping all over the trees and jumping onto the roof from the fucking tree over here.
Right.
And I'm like, they've got to fall, but I've never seen one fall out of the tree in front of my face. I've never
either, but I there's one that I'm like, he's always like, he does that where, you know how Mick, before he jumps on Bomber, he does that where he gets all leans back so he can spring himself forward as much as he can. The squirrel is doing that, and I just watch him fly, and I'm like, oh, little dude. I hold my breath for him, and I'm like, please make it, please make it, please make it. Because what would I do if the dogs caught one of them?
Oh, I fucking swear I heard Mick go like, this is my chance.
This is it.
This is it. Yeah, because that bitch, if he hadn't landed on his feet, Mick's our little black dog that he hates those things. I don't know if he hates them.
He doesn't hate them.
Chasing them.
He likes chasing them and barking at him. And unfortunately, I encourage him.
And I don't know what he would do if he actually got one. Because what he does with his toys out in the backyard is he shakes his head violently. And I think that's him pretending to kill
a squirrel.
Anything.
Yeah, that's his natural instinct. But this shirt is really ugly. I'm looking at it on this video, but I thought it was very Cinco de Mayo. So
it's more like
4th of July. It was bought initially for 4th of July.
That's more Cornyval. You should have worn that last week.
With cutoffs and boots.
Yeah.
Cutoff shorts and some boots.
Yep. Absolutely.
There's always next year.
So it's all right.
So the squirrel lived. He took off. He did not climb back up a tree, though. You said he ran out.
Or he ran up the fence and up to a tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sure hope he's okay, little fella.
I don't give a shit. I was like, we've got 30 of those things out back.
I know. You keep threatening to shoot him, and the only reason why you don't is because I'm like, don't you dare shoot them.
You wouldn't even know. Let's do it while you go to the gym real quick. Get rid of them.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
At least one went down this week. It's fuckers. They chewed on my porch.
He was a big one, too.
Chewed on, like, the big beam in my porch.
They've done that once.
Yep.
And I don't think they liked it, so they never came back.
So what are your beaver problems?
It's not my beaver problems, thank you. My beaver's fine.
That's good. But she sends me notes to just put in here, so.
I didn't say my beaver problem. I just said beaver problem. On Saturday, Tumbler Ridge, which is a municipal in Canada.
Okay.
And some beavers were building a dam next to where the line were, and they cut through all the wires and put about 2,000...
What type of lines?
Cable.
Cable, okay.
Internet and cable, and put about 2,000 people in this municipal without cable, internet, and limited cell service for 36 hours. So you thought your internet problem was bad.
See?
So they went out to fix it, and
they just kill all the beavers?
It's much like you know how the squirrels have destroyed our pillows?
Good to know for you.
No, thank you. I tried to take care of it.
Yep.
But you know how the squirrels, we can look up at their nest and you can see all the stuffing from the pillows they've destroyed?
Yeah.
They saw the red tape that was around that's like supposed to keep people out of that area being used to keep the dam together.
It was all in there. Those fucking things, man. These little critters.
I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, "Oh, Greg complains. This would have driven him insane."
Oh, I would have been out there with like my 22 or something.
No, you would have been all over the cable company going, "Your ass better fix this today." Mm-hmm. So I wonder if they're going to have to give credit to those 2,000 people for 36 hours worth of non-service.
I don't know.
I would make them. I'm also very stingy. So, but I thought it was just kind of funny because, I mean, beavers. Fucking beavers.
Shitheads.
They're not shitheads. They're fucking beavers.
Stupid.
So they got to do what they got to do, I suppose. But this is the thing. So they were underground, and they were in 4.5.
There's literally a fly.
It's not a fly. It's a net. They're in 4.5-inch thick conduits. So this beaver, or beavers.
Well, they can cut trees down.
I guess.
So, I mean, what do you want for that? Big fucking shitty buck teeth. Get some pelts. Start making some hats.
Okay, Davy Crockett.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So I thought it was funny when it was on. I was like, and it made national news, which makes it even funnier because
what was it on?
It was on one of the news.
ABC with.
Yeah, no, it was on.
David Muir.
It was CNN covered it.
That makes sense.
You know,
but we're all about the beavers over there.
They are a bunch of beavers over there.
Bunch of pussies. Oh, that wasn't even planned. That was rad.
I think I'm blushing a little
Target
bit.
practice, exactly. You're blush. Crikey. That's got a bunch of some fun stories about animals. I don't know where she found them all. On the news, the local news.
Seriously. So
Crikey, snake, like on a plane?
I think most everybody that's watched this knows I am terrified and frickin' hate snakes. I mean, with a passion. There aren't many things that I will run away from. Bet your ass I'm running away from a snake.
Why?
Ew, first of all. Second of all, I can never tell if they're poisonous or not, and I'd prefer not to find out. Okay.
Sorry.
I'd prefer not to find out, but as you guys know, we had huge storms last week. They started on Wednesday. Yep. And they were on and off all the way through Saturday. Well, we got like 5 inches of rain or 6
whatever.
Inches, yeah. In like a 2-day period, and then we got more rain after that. But and this is, you didn't hear me ask, but because we've had, I guess apparently when rain like that happens, they have to go into higher ground.
That makes sense.
So they don't drown.
Yeah.
And they say it's very convenient for them to go in your sheds, your garages, in your houses, and they only need like minimal space. And
I was talking garter snakes or whatever.
No, in Texas you're talking about there's 4.
We've got coral snakes here.
There's 4 that are
rattlesnakes.
Okay,
I'll let you talk.
There are 4 that are big in Texas: cottonmouth, coral. Goodness gracious, you just made me forget because you were naming them all. Cottonmouth, coral, rattlesnake, and cottonmouth.
You said cottonmouth twice.
I said copperhead. Okay, yeah, copperhead.
Okay, copperhead.
Cottonmouth.
All right. They all die with like a hoe.
Oh, yeah. Well, and they were funny because when I was reading the article, they're like, so if you see them, unless you're in danger, leave them alone. I was like, oh, fuck no. That fucker's dead.
Oh, no. If it's in my yard, it's fucking done because I've got 3 dogs.
Well, I'm talking about from my perspective, I am going to kill it, dogs or no dogs around, because I hate snakes. You picked up that one that was a little grass snake, and I about flipped out and ran into the house, and it was only like that big.
That was in Florida. That was a little garter snake. I swear to God.
There's a gnat.
And he wants to attack me.
He's very attracted to you.
I'm sweet. That's why. Jesus Christ.
So that's why I was yelling at you and you didn't hear me. I'm like, have you been in your shed since the rain? I don't think you have.
Yeah.
No? You didn't do yard work this weekend?
No, I made ribs, and that's where I keep all the charcoal and shit.
Well, I was just going to tell you, be safe. Because they'll get in between, back behind stuff.
For warning me 4 days later.
Hey, bitch, at least I warned you at all. I could have been like, he might get bit. Oh, well.
Fuck off.
No, I didn't say bat. He might get bit. Oh, well.
I hope you have a spider in your shoe.
I hope you're... That's just me.
Just like a non-venomous one. It just bites your big hurts. Toe. Yeah, it just kind of
Why? Then you have to put up with me.
No, I'll just go out in the garage and drink beer. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So if you guys live in a place where there's snakes and rain, this is good to know.
High water drives them up into your toilets.
That's California.
Have you ever seen the video where they're in people's toilets?
It was a huge one, the last one in California. I mean, it was like 8 feet long and like super thick.
Snake in a toilet.
Snake
in a toilet. These motherfucking
yeah.
Stupid. So you had 2 stories, and I didn't know if you fucked up on the nose.
I didn't fuck up on the nose.
All right.
Nope.
So what is a whole hidden bird. That's what you had written in the notes.
Holy. I read, maybe I meant to write holy, WHOLY. Holy.
Oh.
So there's a guy in California that came home from
like, what the
dinner.
hell is a whole hidden bird? I don't know. Literally, we send each other notes or whatever. And we're like, pull this up, pull that up.
Check this out.
Yeah.
So this man in SoCal, he lives in Torrance.
Okay.
He came home from, him and his family came home from dinner, and he had hundreds of birds in his house.
The house?
In his
house. How the fuck did they get in the house?
I'm going to show you. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see where the video's at.
Links over there.
Nikes.
In the house. Like
in
ravens?
the motherfucking house.
So there's something weird going on with birds. I don't know what the fuck it is. Over by Academy. So we have it's like a sporting goods store here in.
That's always, though. Those are the blackbirds.
It's weird as shit, though. But like, they're
always there, though.
Why?
I think it's the power lines or something. I don't know.
They're attracted to
totally
power lines?
I totally made that shit up. Why are you listening to me?
I'm like, what the fuck does power lines have to do with like Aaron Brockovich over here?
Power lines.
But no, it's the weirdest thing because like they're not there during the day, and then they at night, like because I cut through and I get groceries.
That's where they sleep.
It sounds like the birds.
But
don't
you remember that was also happening on the Riverwalk at nighttime? It's
the fucking weirdest thing ever.
In the Riverwalk, they at least have things that like scare them off every so often. So turn it on for me, please. Babe. No worries. So
there we go.
Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna fast forward through some of this.
So there's no audio; it's just the video on this. So we haven't gotten that technically.
Here we go.
Technologically
so here's
advanced.
The first shot. Let's see.
All right.
And then you'll see how they get in afterwards because somebody filmed it.
Can you blow it up?
Yeah.
Holy shit! That is a.
I can't see anymore.
Yeah, it's there. It's fine.
So yeah, I mean, he stopped counting after he counted 800. I don't know.
There's 800.
I don't know how he
play on it.
I don't know how he like knew which birds he didn't count twice, but he said he stopped counting after 800. He called animal control.
Shit.
Animal control told him, just open your doors and the windows and they'll go out on their own.
Oh, they're going into his fucking his chimney.
Yes. And it's crazy. Like,
they look like bats.
They're diving in there. And I was like, what?
That poor bastard.
He should probably put a net, like those metal nets.
Well, they make mesh things to go over it.
But he's got that on there now. The problem is once he got a box and he just started like, as the birds flew by, he would grab them and throw them in the box and close it.
And shake the box.
And then take it outside and shake it and the birds would leave. But
I see him doing it.
It took him all night. Yeah, you see like 4 birds.
So how did he end? Why has he got a mask on?
Because it's California.
Oh.
Come on. Millennials. No, they're not millennials now. They're little kids. But look at his house. I mean.
Just shit everywhere.
Would that be covered by insurance?
Yeah.
Because they show a picture of his couch. His couch has poop all over it. He said it took him all night to get the birds out of his house and then another like 12 to 13 hours for them to clean it all up.
That's crazy.
And I was like, ew. I mean, but it's kind of freaky. Like when I saw them going in that chimney, I was like, is our chimney covered?
That looks like almost like if you weren't.
Well, and how fast they were going.
Bats. Yeah, because bats are in like dark.
Yeah.
I like the dark holes.
Well, here's crazy thing. So in that same story, there's a video. I didn't watch it, but they were talking about earlier in the week. I guess this happened to somebody else, where they came in and they were all in the fireplace. So
Logan said he's getting a Roadhouse vibe from you tonight.
All right, I could see that. I can go with that. Got the flowers on it. Yep. I mean, again, cut off shorts and boots would work well. I got both.
Yep.
So,
but instead, she has green shorts on that she hangs out around the house on.
Listen, business on the top, party on the bottom.
You are absolutely the.
Just because you don't like to get comfy doesn't mean I don't. I love to put on comfy clothes.
Flip flops and shorts too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
Wear the same shit every day, all day.
SSDD. Yes. But yeah, so that kind of was crazy. What would you do if you walked into our house, and there were birds everywhere? I know you're going to say you'd get your gun. Oh, you can't really shoot a gun in the house, so what would you do?
Dee's on. Hey, Dee. Dee said she'd burn it all down.
Yeah, except I don't think the insurance is going to cover that one.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it would be the same thing, like open all your fucking windows.
I see.
Figure out what you can do. I don't know. I mean, because you don't want to kill all of them because they're just doing whatever the fuck birds do, I guess. What do you do? Anyway, moving on. The birds.
No, and I actually went backwards. So this was the birds. Holy hidden birds.
All right.
I mean, I sometimes I still get surprised on the things that I see what people do.
Okay.
Like, really? How can you? How
this
did you
gnat
think this
is like the bird?
How did you think this was a
one
good
gnat
idea?
flying around my fucking head? You can't see it on camera, of course.
You just look crazy on camera.
It's probably attracted to your fucking.
My light.
Dude, it keeps going over there.
Well, they do like light.
See?
He's dead.
Is he?
Yep, I got him.
Thank God.
I'm a ninja.
Beth, the gnat killer. And what? I almost said Antifa's coming after you. That's not the right one.
Not today, Antifa.
Not today.
Not today.
But fucking.
You don't even know what you're trying to say right now.
There's another one. What are the people that PETA's coming after Beth?
I don't think those really count as animals.
It's a living creature, honey.
It's an insect. It's not I don't know. Okay, so my next story that has to do with birds is also equally outrageous. Let me tell you a little bit about the trip first. So a man was arrested in New York City Monday after authorities found 35 living songbirds stuffed inside hair curlers attached to the inside of his clothes.
What type of birds?
Songbirds. They're finches, I believe. I think that's the same thing as a finch. So they're little. So
was he smuggling them from like Colombia or something?
It tells me here. Hold on.
He had to have been smuggling them.
Oh God, bless America! You scared the shit out of me, dude. He was smuggling, so he got paid $500 up front and another $2,500 upon delivery to smuggle these birds out of where the fuck is it? I saw it earlier.
That doesn't sound like a very good fucking deal.
I mean, it's $3,000. I mean, that may be a big deal for him. You don't
Times
know.
what's the
Ghana? He was from Ghana. He was bringing them from Ghana. I don't. How do you say it? Guyana. Ghana. We all know I didn't take geography. I can't say this shit right. So 36 birds, and there's a picture.
Okay.
I don't think I need. Well, so let me show the first one. Make it bigger. So this is what he did. So this is his jacket. Okay, so this is his jacket that he wore on the plane. One row, because that's not 36, obviously, unless he had multiple birds, and they don't look big enough for that. But he put these rollers, and then he sewed something into his jacket. You're not looking at it.
I saw it.
So he could put the rollers in it, and I suppose he did other things. But don't you think that the birds would be chirping on the plane? And do you think people were like, wonder what that noise is?
He's just sitting there going... just whistling the whole fucking time. So that would be 57,534.8 Ghanaian cedi. That's their...
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. But I don't know how far a cedi goes in Ghana. Probably a really fucking long way.
I don't want this ad. No. So there's a close-up of what the bird looked like.
Yeah, because you can't, muffle them because then
they have to breathe.
You'll snuff them out, right?
Right.
Because they're songbirds. Is that the smartest thing to fucking...
I guess they're more expensive than, finches from America.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And they can go for a higher price, and so that's why people try to
Gigi, these are live birds.
Live.
If you can see, the... it's got, a tube or whatnot.
Yeah, it's a hair roller. I think it might even be, the Velcro ones. I even have those. And then he just put mesh netting on both sides, so the birds got...
And then just stuff them in the tube, keeps their wings down. But they still... probably could chirp, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How could somebody have not heard that on the plane?
Oh, they did. Well, people, that's what I was saying. He was just sitting there going...
Just whistling?
Yeah, he's just fucking whistling.
Chirp. I would have been like, chirp, 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 chirp.
He's just looking around at other people like, what's
do you
that
hear the
fucking
noise?
Guy? What's that? You hear that, dude?
Totally playing.
Jesus Christ, where's that? It's kind of like if you fart. Was that you? Oh, my God.
Blame it on the dog.
Right? Yeah, you're the fucking bomber. Goddamn dog. Telling you. Cheers, everybody. Cinco de Drinco.
Cheers.
Part 2. This is our second Cinco de Mayo show. They just happened to fall on a Wednesday this year, too.
Did it fall on a Wednesday last year? That can't be right.
Or maybe we did
it Saturday or something. I don't know. I don't know. Can't fall on the same day every year because days move.
Yeah.
So
days move? What are you talking about?
Just kind of like Christmas is on a different day every year.
Is it?
Shut the fuck up.
Thanksgiving's on the same day every year.
Well, that's on purpose. The date is different, though. It's never sometimes the 26th. You know what? Suck it.
I know it.
Such a bitch.
It's weird. Gator on a bridge. What is with you and gators and snakes? How the fuck do you find these things is what I want to know.
They find me.
They do?
They find me.
They didn't find us when we were in Florida, thankfully.
Well, we did
I
look.
really wanted to find one, though. I really wanted to find one.
We were like, do you see any gators? Do you see anything? So, well, here's the crazy thing. This happened in Houston.
Okay.
And there was, let me find it because it's a big.
Judy, what's happening? Happy Cinco de Mayo.
It's a big damn gator. I'm not even kidding. It was like 8 feet. It was an 8-foot gator, alligator.
Okay.
Why
is that motherfucker on there?
I do not. I'm like, get those people. Come on. What's it doing?
Nico, yes. They are definitely the rollers that I used for my hair.
Your hair's long right now.
I know. And hey, shout out to the local Shots Meat Market down the road.
It was a really good pork butt.
Goddamn right. It's made a pork butt on
We're having the
Sunday.
leftovers tonight. Yep. Okay, so
great meat market. It's local, all natural.
Dirt cheap.
Dope. Great hat.
You said the poppers cost more than the 4 poppers cost more than the 4-pound pork butt you got.
So
crazy.
Hey, shout out to those guys.
So, and I felt bad for the alligator because first of all, how the hell does he get on a damn bridge?
I think we talked about alligators or crocodiles or whatever the fuck it was a while back. And those fuckers can climb fences.
Okay, it's a fence, but not
a. They can get on a bridge.
I mean, but how? Like,
what are you gonna do? Pull over and be like, turn around?
Well, they were talking. The first one I found, it was
down
like
a highway. I'm not stopping for an alligator.
No, but I would call somebody.
Well, that's obviously what happened.
You better call somebody. And I might stop, but not get out of the car.
What are you gonna do?
Not let him go in the street. But they
it's
called
an alligator.
I guess I know there's specific people that do that, so they
shouldn't they just chunk him over the bridge?
That's what I thought too, but it might be a little high.
The fuck does he care? He's an alligator.
Babe,
like impact.
That may be higher than it looks.
He's a goddamn dinosaur. He'll make it.
He's gonna come over here and bite your ass off for that.
If the squirrel can fall out of the tree,
they are kind of. I mean, it's crazy how prehistoric
they are. Dinosaurs. They've been around for like hundreds of millions of years, dude.
I think they probably looked a little bigger and a little different.
No, those are crocodiles.
But they did end up releasing him. They did end up They took him basically past the bridge where there was a marshy area, and they did release him.
His ass is gonna walk back up there again.
I bet you he was so tired.
That's what you're worried about?
First he's walking on this long ass bridge, and then he gets wrangled. He's like, "What the? I'm having a horrible day."
Yep.
And then he probably got the water and was like, "Oh, thank God."
I'm gonna do it again.
Good gravy! I gotta go.
Motherfucking alligators on this motherfucking bridge.
Good gravy! I gotta go tell my friends my adventure today. Here's the crazy thing: same day, Houston, cow on a highway.
What?
Cow on a highway.
Houston. That's Texas for you.
I didn't read that article, but I thought it was funny. I was like, apparently,
like out here, it'd be a steer on a little
side road,
podunk road,
yeah, on Bandera,
yeah, something stupid.
But yeah, same day, cow on the highway. Houston's got some wildlife things going on. Yeah. It's Houston.
They've got some wildlife.
They have ranches and marshes, so they got the crazy animals going out there.
It's fucking funny.
I thought it was funny.
So this is a funny story. All right. So Prego on a plane.
Oh no.
All right. So there's this lady.
There's a reason why they tell you not to fly after a certain point in your pregnancy.
You're gonna hear the story, honey. All right. So there's this lady that's on a plane. She gets on a plane to go to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-plane flight.
Her water breaks.
No, she goes to the bathroom.
Oh.
And there's a Tom Segura, old Tom Segura. Ian played the audio for me. I don't even think there's a video clip for this. About people that just don't realize they're pregnant. Like, she did not know she was pregnant.
That's bullshit.
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, she didn't wonder what happened to her period for 7 months?
A doctor and 3 nurses were flying from Utah to Hawaii when an announcement came over the loudspeaker. A woman was prematurely giving birth in the middle of the flight. The heroic health care workers rushed to the aid of the woman. She's lucky as shit. We talked about nurses. There were 3 NICU nurses on the plane, which are baby nurses.
Right.
And a doctor on the plane. Right? She literally went to the bathroom and gave birth to a child.
Well, she felt some pressure and was like, I think I might have to poop.
That is exactly what Tom Segura said. And Tom Segura is a comedian.
Okay.
Right?
I didn't know who he was.
And he's like, how? And all right.
There's no, I mean.
So just the Tom Segura, whatever. I don't give a shit.
There's no way you can't
But it's
know.
not necessarily like socially acceptable anymore, but I thought it was goddamn hilarious.
Well, I mean, I guess from a, if she was a bigger girl, she
doesn't appear to be. That's
there's
the
a picture?
thing. Like, I can't share it on this.
I want to see it though. Can you pass me your phone?
Like look there. I'll post a link out there. She doesn't look like she's, where you have like, I'm 500 pounds.
Apparently. She looks like she's Samoan, and I mean, she could be.
How do you just not, like, you haven't had a period?
That's what I was like.
You haven't done this. You haven't done this.
You had to have other, like, uncomfortable, like somebody
Like you
stepping
wake
on
up
your
hungry
bladder.
as
I mean, I hear
fuck
women
or
talk
something.
about kids kicking their ribs all the time.
Jessica said, Lloyd, I threw up every day for 9 months. There's no way that happened
exactly.
to me. Right?
There's no way.
How the fuck does that happen? I don't
mean,
understand it. It's the funniest goddamn thing ever.
And do you think she's going to come home and her boyfriend...
Not funny, it's just
do you think
fucking-
her husband or boyfriend be like, where the fuck did you get the baby? Nobody talked to me about bringing a baby home.
Right. Like, what the
Surprise,
fuck?
your dad.
Yeah, it's fucking
Was it?
crazy.
Did it say if her husband was on the flight with her? That would have been
I
even
didn't
more
say,
funny.
but the baby's happy or healthy.
Healthy.
Everything's good.
Everybody's good.
But
That's
I mean,
the
you
important
can't
part.
ask for a better situation.
Better
than to have
outcome.
3 NICU nurses and
Did they
doctor.
say how far? She
It was
did know she was
premature. I
pregnant,
don't know.
so she doesn't know how
Pretty
early
incredible
she was.
though, right? So I'm just like, dude, I don't know.
Can you imagine the passengers on that plane? Like, did they just put her in there and they're like, push,
No,
push,
she was
push,
in the lavatory
push.
and she gave birth to the baby.
Okay, so she'd already
And she probably was like, I got to go to the bathroom, or like
something's going on.
Like maybe I do have to poop after like 6 months. Fuck, I don't know.
And so
I don't,
she had the
you don't
baby.
have kids, guys, so I don't know how any of this.
Yeah.
I don't know how biology works as far as I mean, obviously I'm an adult and I kind of know. I had sex ed when I was like in 7th grade, so I mean,
Yeah,
that's about the
they didn't
extent.
teach you anything
that
in sex
porn,
ed.
basically.
That and porn, and
Yeah, but I've never watched any Prego porn because I'm not into that shit.
no. And I remind me to tell you a story.
It's kind of I don't want to hear the story if you're gonna fucking do that.
So
You're gonna make those faces.
I was reading. Like,
Nope.
Okay.
Don't do this to the people.
I can't even remember what it was.
Good. You just
What it was.
forget.
I'll have to tell you
all
about
of
it,
that.
and then watch your face and watch you go. What the fuck were you reading, Beth?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely, Lloyd. Babies come out of buttholes. Fairly certain. Yep. So anyway, that was kind of a
Crazy.
fucking
Well, I'm
funny-
glad they're all doing well.
Yeah, they're doing good. So next story. This one's kind of a cool one.
right.
It's an interesting one. So Lego Dad, I kind of nicknamed him, right? So this dude 10 years ago gets married, right? And remember how you go through, like, if you've been married, you go through and you do whatever.
Check
the
your
wedding registry thing.
right.
He puts a Millennium Falcon
I
Lego
want one of
set
those
on
so
there.
badly.
We actually looked one up to put up here in the corner.
I wanted to build it.
And it was like several $100s.
Yeah, I wanted
and
like
Beth's
$500 or $600. I don't need it that bad.
and it's like, all right. But this dude
do
got
wanna
it.
build
Somebody
something
bought it
Lego,
for him,
though.
right?
Well, I'm sure if it was 10 years ago, it wasn't. It might have been
probably
$70.
But the dude told his wife, he goes, I'll read it verbatim off this.
Was she giving him a hard time about selecting it? Is that why?
My wife wasn't thrilled when I put this Lego Millennium Falcon on her wedding registry. To not seem completely self-indulgent, I told her I'd wait until we had kids to build it. And it's a picture of him and his kids getting ready to build it, which
How
is
old are
kind
his
of good.
kids now?
10 years later. So
Yeah, but how
they
old are
look
his
like they're
kids?
probably like 4, 6,
So
7.
they at least
something
won't
like
swallow
that.
the pieces. Or
They'll
stick them up
step
their
on the
nose.
motherfucker and they'll
Stick them
break
in their
it.
nose.
Absolutely. But if he's smart, he'll just hang it off.
Did he forget he had it?
No,
Or was he just waiting for them
I'm
to be
fairly
an
certain the
age?
dude was like, yeah, I'm waiting. Yep.
An age where they would appreciate it.
Exactly. I thought it was kind of a cool
kinda
little thing,
cute.
right? Because, you're just like,
Oh,
shit,
wait.
at the price they
It's
are,
funny that-
even 10 years ago, if they're a couple $100, you're like, Legos have never been cheap, so.
No, but they've never used to be $500.
Not like today, no. No.
I still want to build something Lego though, because I've never done it. I know it won't be as cool. I've never, dude.
Dude, I used to have boxes of Legos.
Do you see well, I can't say that.
Say
I
what?
didn't. I was going to say I don't know that Hispanic people play with Legos, but my nephew.
What are you
loves
talking
them.
about?
I just
Your
didn't.
nephew's Hispanic.
Well, yeah.
No.
But I just didn't have time. I was too busy as a kid with all my extracurricular.
Back then, I think it might have been more of a boy thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Perhaps, right? Like,
well, and I was
we're talking,
too busy.
what, 70 years ago? Something like that, 60?
I fucking hate you.
Okay, what?
You think it's funny now?
Dude, this is the woman that was just giving me shit downstairs that I had to pee. And she's like, you're taking too long, prostate man. And I'm like, come on.
You did take it an exorbitant amount of time.
No. Listen, we're talking generational issues.
No,
here.
not. And I still fucking hate you, but no, not 70 years ago.
You're not
you
70. Everybody knows how old you are.
But I was too busy
You're
doing
cool
other stuff.
35.
Yeah. That's what we're going to go with.
In mind.
In mind?
In mentality.
Well, I have to be in order to put up with you.
Probably.
But yeah, I like that story. I bet you his kids loved it too. And he finally was like, yes.
That's what I thought was kind of cool.
I get to build this bitch, finally.
Yeah. So if you, real quick,
ahead.
if you guys are watching out on like Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that, if you're not logged into YouTube, right, and you're specifically on the YouTube channel, Facebook's great. You can watch and you can tag along and you can chat on that and we can see you and we can interact with you guys. Go sign up for YouTube because you can go out to the chat boards over there too. And we've got a lot of people that chat along. You can talk, you can meet people all over the country, which is pretty cool when you think about it. So I just want to throw that out there because I just watched the chat boards and people are just fucking cracking each other up over here. I think
since you can see both, I think I'm going to go back to YouTube.
That's fine.
Because you can see both.
That's fine. Yeah.
And we have a little bit more activity on YouTube right now, which I like. So I want to be in it.
Yeah, but just kind of throwing that out there, guys. So the U.S. economy.
So this this one came, like, you and I talked about it a little bit Monday. Really? It's a good thing. I'm going to give you a hard time because you give me a hard time every time I spill. And you've spilt multiple times. Can't ever have anything nice, Gregory. Oh, shit. You and I had a conversation about jobs on Monday, and then I saw this article pop up, and I have a few different avenues to talk about on it. So they said the U.S. economy accelerated at a robust 6.4 percentage rate last quarter.
Yeah.
The last quarter in 2020 was 4.3. I'm like, you're gonna say that our economy is robust when it was basically shut down, and 6.4 is people just getting back to normal life. So it's not really robust.
How much was it shut down? Like, so they're playing. It's a game of words.
It is
100%
a game of words.
Basically, just saying, hey, the economy is just
booming because we're at
thriving.
6.4 and we were 4.3 the end of 2020.
Go back 2 years ago,
and see
prior
where we're at.
to pandemic bullshit.
Well, I just think it's funny because it scares me that people are really going to think that the economy is doing great because it's a 6.4% rate over 4.3,
right?
Without really doing the math or looking at the homework of where were we before the pandemic hit. Oh, it's all I have.
Nothing to do with me.
All I have is
nothing to do with me.
But so yeah, so.
Glad I brought 2 napkins up earlier.
I don't even
My
know.
damn Tecate just exploded on me. Fucking Tecates.
Fucking Gregory is more like
when
it.
you drink
but so
natural light in a red can.
Like when I was reading, I was like, this article is such a farce. It's ridiculous.
Where's the article based out of?
This one I got
source?
off of PBS. Like I tried to find more generally lined. Like I really wanted to look at.
Though.
I really wanted to take a look at one like Fox and one at CNN so that I could compare.
But it could also be written by somebody else.
Yeah, no, and they're just sharing the news,
right?
So that's just the part where I was like, you know what? This article makes it seem like we're just booming, and we're not.
Serious, Logan.
We're getting back to where we were. We're probably not even as good.
We're not even as close as where we were because. We were talking about this earlier. You have motherfuckers that are out there that are like,
everywhere we go,
I'm going to stay on unemployment.
Everywhere we go, we see help needed. Hiring. I went to the dentist 2 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know, a week ago? I don't even remember. Yeah, a week ago. Yeah. And I was talking with her while they were doing, she and I were conversing mostly about pizza. But, and we both love pizza and could eat it every day. So we were talking about that. And she was saying that She can't hire any. No, she needs 3 people, and she can't find people. Aren't applying for the job, and then the people that are applying 2 days later are calling back and saying, "Oh, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want it." And she's like, "I think they're doing it just so they act like they're looking for a job,
right?" And they can
and then
check
saying
in
something
with their
is
fucking unemployment
and then it fell
agent.
through. So I still need my unemployment, and I was thinking, you know what? You can't. I feel like if people went back to work,
what needs to happen is they need to cut off fucking unemployment.
They're not going to. They're not going to.
But you can't incentivize being unemployed.
Well, I mean, because she was saying, I don't understand how people can do that and just live off of it for a year. And I said, well, those people aren't motivated. Their conscience doesn't, like, I could never not work.
No. I've worked since I was fucking 12 or 13.
I didn't work as long
whatever.
as you have, but I could, as an adult, I could never not work now. So if
there's a sense of pride and a sense of like accomplishment you get and shit like that.
And a
that
sense of being an adult.
Right. That if I sat on, but there are shit tons of people that are just
there are some people, there were people before this pandemic happened that could not get jobs, not get jobs.
Yep.
And deservedly so, they got unemployment. Most of these people who are on unemployment now can get, it may not be the job they want, but they can get a motherfucking job until they find the motherfucking job they want.
It is a social service to get you through hard times.
It's not to live off of.
It's not. Yeah, and that's one of the things. So I went out and I was just kind of searching whatever, and there was tons of people that were like, well, pay a living wage and do those sorts of things. I'm like, listen, fucker, if you're pushing shopping carts at a grocery store, that's where I started.
Right.
And
do something.
But I started, but I was a little kid.
Has a help wanted sign up. They're paying like almost $13 an hour to work in a food restaurant. And it's not a sit down restaurant. So you're definitely busting your ass. Sorry, excuse me.
That's called work. You bust your ass
busting
anyway.
your ass behind the counter, but you're not waiting tables. You're not cleaning. You might be cleaning up after people because of the pandemic, but $13 an hour to put food together to give to people through mostly a drive-through window, because we both have gone through the drive-through and it's the busiest area.
One of the things about like just having pride in your job in any work you do, right? I don't give a fuck if you're the custodian or the CEO, right? Is everybody should be looked at as you're busting your ass and work hard, right? But to me, it's like you work really hard for a long time and you will eventually work your way up. Like you don't have to have a college degree necessarily. You can go out, like my nephew's going to trade school and he's becoming a fucking electrician, right? There are different ways to do this shit. Right. And that's what frustrates the shit out of me right now.
Dee said that when she needed a job, she got her first, she got a job at a gas station. It wasn't her dream job, but she got it because it was a job.
Money coming.
It's a job, right? And I think you and I have talked about it before, where if I would definitely
I'd have 2 or 3 jobs if I needed to fucking pay the bills.
Or I would definitely have a job lined up before I ever quit any job,
right?
But I also think that was also distilled in me growing up. Distilled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instilled.
Yeah. I was like, distilled? I don't think that's right.
But again, it comes back to you don't deserve shit. Mm-mm. You need to earn every fucking thing
people don't, unfortunately, so many people don't think like that.
Fuck that, dude. And if you got $150,000 in fucking college debt because you went to a liberal arts fucking school.
Hey, I graduated with liberal arts. Don't knock it. Journalism.
That's journalism. You could at least write something. But if you're fucking basket weaving and shit, right? And you're like, I can basket weave like a pro. Well, no, fuck off. You could have taught yourself that on YouTube. Yeah. Shithead.
Right? Definitely, I think nowadays people probably get degrees they won't be able to use, but they'll at least still have a college education and be able to say they graduated from college as they apply for jobs that we can actually work at.
You know what? You can work at any job and you can go fucking learn how to be a plumber and make $150,000 a year in 4 years. Because there are so many...
Preach it, brother. Preach it. Hashtag
there are so
preach
many
it.
Like vacancies for trades that I saw something on the news the other day and it was like the dude's like, I could hire 6 plumbers right now. Like full plumber. Like you would make...
And he can't get them.
Everything and he can't get them.
Dental hygienist or receptionist at a dentist office? I mean, come on. That's probably a pretty push job.
Dude... but yeah, they're making, I don't know how much, but you're making.
They're in an air-conditioned building.
And you're making, we could fucking Google it or whatever, but.
I don't know how much a dental hygienist makes, but I mean,
it's $30 an hour because you have to go to school and do all that shit too. So I don't know. It's like you said, Gigi, it is insulting.
It's frustrating because we work our asses off.
I paid my college tuition off. It sucked.
I helped.
Well, yeah, but we, collectively, but
it's frustrating because we bust our asses to get what we want. I know we don't have kids, and I know a lot of people that have kids definitely need.
It's called life choices,
right? Well, but they work their ass off.
Unless
too.
you're on a plane, flying a while.
They work their ass too, and I have lots of friends that have several kids. Dee said she raised had 3 jobs and raised a kid. So it's definitely doable, and it's frustrating to me because it makes me. I get frustrated because I'm paying their unemployment, right? I mean, I'm paying taxes, and some of that's coming out of. I'm not going to get Social Security, obviously, because it's going to be all gone. But and B, it sends the wrong message of, you know what, I work my ass off, but you don't have to. Right, you take that day and play your video games and get your check in the mail.
That's what I'm talking about. And Nicole, I agree. Like during the pandemic, she said she had to lose.
No, absolutely.
Working. I agree 100%. But it's right now. Everybody is starting. Like there are
everywhere
tons of
help
jobs.
Wanted signs everywhere,
and people are like, I'm just going to fucking live on unemployment.
Bandera. I can tell you 4 restaurants in our neighborhood, in our small little town, that are all hiring.
And they can't get people to come in. And they're asking for like performance incentive, or not performance, but hiring incentives. Like
I thought you said
bonuses.
They were offering. Not
they're offering those rather, like $400 or $500 just to come in and do a fucking, like work at a grocery store, or not a grocery store, but like a restaurant.
That's why I was saying, I don't know who said that about the pandemic. That's why I was saying there were definitely people that could not get a job. The pandemic hit, and they may have had a job, and then they got laid off, and then their industry was out of.
Yeah, if you were a waiter, waitress, whatever, in serving or whatever.
They call it. I can't think of what they
restaurant.
No, but there's a name.
Yeah. It's just frustrating, but hey, we don't want to go on. Obviously, we're not little soapboxes, but it's. It's like, come on, man.
Pisses me off because then you get articles like that makes the world think everything is great. And you're like, we're getting back to normal. We are not by any means
at normal
exceeding expectations. We are meeting at best expectations. Wow, this Coke is making me burp tonight. Whoops. So I'm off my box. Sorry. Last Saturday was millennials. Today it's this.
That's all fired up. She's getting the cool thing is that Beth usually doesn't give a shit about anything.
Gregory, that's not true. Ass.
So this is a funny Florida story. Florida. All right. So
this isn't the first time this happened. That's a crazy thing.
It's not?
No. Well, it's also happened for like cheerleader shit.
Okay. So Florida teen charged as an adult in rigged homecoming queen election.
It's funny that it's against the law. Like, what did it?
All right, I'll get into this shit.
You have to tell me.
So, and it's her mom as well. So, it's just fucking dumb, dude. Like, is this a thing where it's that important that you're gonna rig a fucking homecoming queen
for
election?
One night, for one
so
dance?
Each are charged with the offense against users of computers, computer systems, computer networks, and electronic devices, unlawful use of a two-way communications device, criminal use of personally
cybercrimes,
identifiable information, and conspiracy to commit those offenses. They remain free on bond, and they could each face a 16-year jail sentence. So the
plead
mom
guilty and beg for forgiveness.
The mom works for the school. She's vice president. She's a vice principal. Right?
What?
And her daughter's in fucking a senior in high school or something shit like that, right? And it's fucking dumb as shit. She logs in under all the students, and there's like a voting system somehow. I don't know about schools anymore.
Everything's electronics. You can use your phone,
I had a TV
apps.
that they used to have to pull in and like put a VHS in. That's how fucking old I am, right?
Now they can vote on apps. You can do schoolwork on
got
phone,
an iPad or whatever. So she logs in under, it was like hundreds and hundreds of kids' accounts and fucking like votes for her daughter. And then the daughter figured out her mom's.
So her mom started it. It wasn't even the daughter who asked her to do this. Mom was like, my girl's going to win.
And then the daughter figured out the login and started doing it too. So it triggered it basically popped. They were able to track it back to the IP address, which, if you know, it's basically your location where you're at your house, right? If you don't know what an IP address is, we use it a lot. The work I used to do, we'd track people via their IP to figure out where fraud was happening.
Okay.
Right. And I can very specifically.
I mean, they try to do that in the movies, but they bounce them off several different towers.
But people are dumb as shit.
Those are criminals.
And they don't really know. Like, all you have to do is get a VPN, and then you can figure it out from there, right?
Well, she obviously isn't smart enough to think about that.
Definitely not smart enough. But, dude, she's got a fucking. Let me see the old plugger in her. She's got a crown on her fucking head.
Wait. Oh, what?
So I think she won, and then they figured. Yeah.
Or like, I didn't vote for her. I didn't vote for her. Half the school's like, we don't like her.
Right. So this little gal is facing some jail time. I don't know if she'll get jail time, but it's technically fraud.
That's a fucking serious crown for homecoming. Like when I was, it was like a little.
She's a pretty girl, but how conceited do you have to be?
She's a pretty girl who's going to have a criminal record now.
Orange is the new black, baby. She's going to do just fine.
Her mom's going to be on unemployment.
She's going to do just fine. Her mom would probably get more in trouble than her because she was 17.
Well, they're trying her. They are trying her as an adult. You said.
Oh yeah.
So, if they're smart, they'll plead out. I will do 5,000 hours of community service, and
I wonder if she's going to get to graduate with her class.
She should get expelled.
I don't know if you've met all the course curriculum criteria.
There's I'm having
shithead activity.
Well, you're tardy to school, you can get or expelled or detention. I mean, the worse the crime, the more likely you're going to get expelled.
Dude, I went to school.
People got expelled for fighting too much.
My freshman year, we had Pamela Smart. So if you're old enough to know who Pamela Smart is.
Who's Pamela Smart?
She's the one that hired the students to kill her husband.
Nicole Kidman played her in that movie.
That was my high school.
Oh, that was your school?
That was my school.
I think you've told me that before.
Yeah. So this is nothing.
What year was that?
I graduated in 94 or 95 or something. It was 91, I think.
So you were actually at the school?
Yeah, it was my freshman year in high school. She was the AV teacher.
Was she hot? Do you remember? I mean, I guess Nookie's a Nookie when you're 15, 16, 17.
There was like 4 dudes, though. They got them all. She got them all roped in.
That's insane.
That's another story for another time. Crime Corner, like Jesse says. All right, so lastly, or a couple more things here. So there is a new cryptocurrency out there. So I know you guys are all watching like Dogecoin, and you're watching, of course, Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is like $55,000 per coin right now. Dogecoin is like, I think last I checked just a little while ago, it was like 55 cents or something like that. Remember I told you this was the one that you could have made $800,000?
I'm like, why didn't you buy in?
So
then if you would have lost, I would have scalped.
Now there's CarolBaskins coin. And it's called, she's got a new cryptocurrency, and it's called Big Cat Coin.
Seriously?
Yep.
You know people are going to buy it, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. But basically, she's just going off the name. It's stupid as shit. So she's trying to parlay this into another thing because she's just trying to make more money. Basically, you pay them in like $5 increments to her, and she gives you like store credit to do different things. So it's basically a Starbucks, but she's named it the Big Cat Coin. But the funny thing is, she's doing it via NFT, non-fungible transfers or whatever, right? So you get like your little tag, your little token, and it's going to be like that. I hate that fucking lady, by the way. We really wanted to go there when we were in Florida.
Yeah, it was
just
closed.
It worked
out. That's all I can say on that. Huh.
Yep. Nothing else to say.
Hey, so but cryptocurrency is becoming so big. I'm trying to remember what pay service it was. Like it's now an option to use for PayPal
Baseball.
or no.
I saw
for PayPal or what are the other things you use? Not Zilla, but
Venmo or something like that.
Or one of those. It's now an option to pay people.
What is Dogecoin at right now? I'm going to pull it up. Dogecoin is currently at 64 cents. All right, let's go through this real quick. So 3 months ago, I'm just going to go back approximately 3 months ago. Come on, you piece of shit. There we go. 3 months ago, it was... The app's not working. Fucking app. It was at... Okay, so 3 months ago, 1 month ago, it was at 6 cents.
Oh, wow.
And now, we're live, right this second, it's at 64.7. 64 cents. Just think about that. 10 times your growth, right? Imagine what a CarolBaskins fucking cryptocurrency could do for you. What do you think?
Nothing. Can't do anything for me.
Absolutely not.
Because I can only use it in her store.
Smart. She's playing her hand though. Cash App. Jessica said Cash App also. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did see where I think it was, I don't know if it was the Astros or something like that. They'll trade you 50 Doge coins for 2 baseball tickets. That was like yesterday. Are you willing to trade 50 Doge coins
and
for 2
baseball? And they're 60 cents now? Is that what you said?
They're banking on it, man. They're banking on that shit.
They want it so
going
that they
to the
can,
moon.
Yeah, interesting. It's just such as because it's either going to take or it's not going to take. And what happens if you put money in it, it doesn't take?
That's why you just
leave it there forever.
Do whatever. Yeah, it has. So anytime you're going to invest in anything, it's got to be disposable income.
Well, yeah,
basically, right?
I mean, you've got your
like if you're going to bet on
standard,
you're betting. You're literally betting.
No, you
so if you're going to go with AMC, you're going to go with fucking GameStop, you're going to go with any of these. It's a fucking gamble.
We have investment, so yeah.
Yeah, it's an absolute gamble. So,
but there's a little bit of history to that other stuff where you can at least kind of follow.
This is kind of crazy. Like I think a lot of people should have. Like today was fucking high. It was like 69 or something for a minute, and I was like, if I fucking put in like 5 months ago, say I put 1,000, I would have gotten the fuck out of there. Personally, at 0.0, at like 0.4.
So you can cash out and get money
anytime. Yeah, you just pay. You just have to pay the taxes and all that shit on it.
Right. Right.
Okay. Go talk to a certified public or financial advisor. Mm-hmm. We are not them.
No,
absolutely not. Literally, you shouldn't believe anything we talk about.
Well, don't listen to us.
Yeah, I could be making half this shit up.
At best, we guess.
So, can you pull up the link real quick?
I already have it.
Oh, you have it. So this one's kind of fun, dude. If you're into travel,
so I would love.
I really want to go to Dubai, but I think you're not allowed to drink beer and alcohol, and you have to like
cover and
I don't know if you have to cover.
I think we remember me and Paige were talking about doing a girls trip out there and
to Dubai. Yeah.
After the UFC fight because it looked that chick was on the water paddling. I was like, my ass needs to be right there.
Yeah, you just can't drink beer.
Can't drink. I think you can't curse. I think you have to cover your face or your hair. Maybe your hair.
I don't know.
You have to cover. There's something you have to cover as a female. But it just looks so pretty.
Yeah, it would be awesome. But this pool, this is kind of what I brought this up. This is the world's highest pool now.
It's another Guinness World Record to add to the pile.
1,000 feet up. I'm like, I think this happened in like a James Bond movie, right? Didn't it, or something like that?
Where's the edge on this? Is it the white part?
It's that white line. I think it's cement. It's not like a full glass thing. So if you're like having a James Bond shootout, it's not can't shoot the edge out.
It's smart because they put a rail there so idiots drink too much don't fall over.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know. But one of the things is it's also like it's like a football field long or some crazy shit.
The rooftop pool is part of the Address Beach Resort at, I'm not even going to try to say it, striking a new building that opened on the Dubai seafront in December.
Dubai's nuts when you think about those buildings. Right? Isn't that pretty crazy?
And it's so clear because they drive all expensive cars with good gas in them.
Well, and no, because I don't know. Everybody's rich as shit there. They all get oil money. I'd go. I'd have to leave you back here, though, and just send you fucking photos.
You're not going, then?
Why? I can enjoy the alcohol.
You go there. I'll go to, like, someplace with a hut in the water.
London?
No.
During the fall? The rainy season?
Europe wouldn't be bad. I'm not picky. I just like traveling.
I don't think you're allowed to go there unless you have a fucking vaccine or some shit now.
Certain parts of Europe you can't go unless you can prove vaccination.
I don't know. But I thought it was cool to share. So, update real quick. Prince Philip's cause of death was finally fucking released. Thank God.
In case we were all wondering what he died of at 90.
Yeah, so he died. According to his death certificate, he died because he was old as shit.
How old was he? 95?
99, 400. Looked like fucking death anyway. He was just walking around dead.
She doesn't, though. She still looks like she's like...
I think she's like, is she, what's the waxing museum? Madame Tussauds? You think she's just like a walking...
Because she wouldn't be able to walk.
Madame Tussauds place?
No. Like, that's a dumb comparison.
Like a Oompa Loompa underneath there, just like made up. Like she's been dead for 30 years.
No, you're so stupid.
Like she stands in the sun too long, she's going to melt.
I can't wave that well because I'm made out of wax.
I don't know.
Stupid.
I hope you're all having a good night. It's Wednesday. Cinco to Drinco, part 2.
You just like saying that.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what's funny? You've had that little fly on the arm of that fucking thing.
We're copacetic.
I swear to God, I'm gonna bug bomb my fucking house in like an hour. You're just gonna smack.
I'm dead.
God damn! I'll call you the bug whisperer.
Got little guts on it. Oh, I got it taken care of.
Those are expensive. Don't hit it too hard.
All right, so talk to me about some entertainment.
All right, Elon Musk. Sorry if I fucked you guys up last week.
Why?
Because I said it was on last
Saturday.
Week. Elon Musk's on this Saturday, right? So yeah, if you accidentally watch that shit show, my apologies. I can't help it. It's just kind of one of those things.
I turned it on.
Ruben said you got 2 stateside kills, so that's awesome.
I turned it on and watched it for what I remember. I was pretty drunk. It might have been an hour, but I felt like 15 minutes. And I just remember like I don't even think I laughed once. I was like,
I was posting the show and shit. I'm like, what are you watching? She's like,
this is horrible.
Saturday Night. I was like,
I was trying to see if Elon Musk was on it. And that's when we were like, oh, wait. Oh, no, because I told you, I go, he's not the special host. I can't even remember who it was.
That memorable. That's why.
But I remember there was one skit that I was like, who's approving this shit? And can we please buy them a sense of humor?
Lord Michaels, you think he's kind of getting the
he needs to buy a sense of humor.
Lower your mic a little bit. There you go.
I didn't raise my mic. It's been at this height the whole time.
Oh, whatever. So, Netflix. If you're into like some...
This was so boring.
Yeah, but I'm into shit like this.
It actually drove me to go to bed. I don't think I'm going to go read in the room for
I told her,
minutes.
I was like, you're going to fall asleep if you watch this.
It was not
exaggerating.
So
if you're a dude and you're just hanging out, and you like, okay, so I have a problem with watching TV with my wife, right? And it's not a watching TV issue.
Excuse me?
It's we like a lot of the same things. So... like, we try and watch shows together.
Right.
Obviously. Because I can't watch a show that we both like on my own.
No.
Because she won't watch it.
Right.
And we'll be out of sync, and it's a whole fucking sync thing.
Right.
So I try and find shit that I can actually watch, which ends up with me down some fucking rabbit hole in goddamn Russia, watching some shit about fucking who knows what, right? Rain, burning kids or some shit, right? So I try and find things that I can watch. And this was one that I could watch, and
I like History Channel.
I like history kinds of shit. So it's called Age of the Samurai
and monotone.
Battle for Japan, which is strangely all like a bunch of fucking British dudes talking about Japan's history, right? In the Age of the Samurai. So go check it out.
Don't.
If you like to watch samurais slashing and cutting heads off and doing all that, but you also want to learn the history of the samurai through
I'll
Japan.
watch a film, a movie with samurais in it, cutting heads off.
Dude, Tom Cruise already did that one. And it was terrible.
It wasn't terrible. It was a good movie.
They brought out the Gatling gun and just fucking killed everybody.
It was a good movie.
I don't know. Anyway, that's one.
Wait, when are you watching this one?
I just saw the preview. Saw the preview for this one. And if you guys are on Facebook at all or got Hulu or something like that, you're probably going to have seen this.
Wait, what? I haven't seen this. I want to see this now.
It's called Sasquatch.
A crime docuseries.
Is
he a murderer or something?
Evidently, Sasquatch fucking just murders people in like the Pacific Northwest. So if you're from up there,
stay inside.
Let us know. Basically, remember Did I tell you about the under the blades
thing?
So this is the one. It was like the pothead guys up in like Northern California.
Okay.
And they have like all their little drug things, and they're growing pot. They're growing the weed out there in the woods, right? It's like a mix between under the blades and like a fucking Sasquatch the hippie hunter.
I don't know either of those, and I'm okay with that.
So Sasquatch the hippie hunter I just made up.
Okay.
Because it's like evidently everybody out there are, of course, a bunch of hippies, and not all. They're naturalists. They're dealers and stuff like that, or not dealers, but growers and all that shit.
They're naturalists.
It's funny as shit. So go check out the preview because I don't even think it's
show me when we go downstairs
yet. It's called Sasquatch, and it's on Hulu.
The other thing that we need to bring up, we have not watched yet, is that Ed, what's his last name? I always get it wrong. Gaines? The guy who murdered
Ed Gein?
Ed Gein.
She's into serial killer shit now. She's going
No,
white girl.
they're doing a paranormal thing in his actual house.
Oh, I didn't know it was that.
Yeah,
I thought
bitch.
it was just like
I told you that. I'm like, they're like doing a ghost hunt and a seance in his house. I will watch that. You'll watch it too, because I'll make you. So we should.
It's going to be Zach Baggins.
No, I don't know who it is, but it's only an hour and a half.
Oh my god! Ah! Aaron, get in there,
dude.
We watch too much shit. I'm telling you,
it's a drinking game. It's fun.
Feel goods. All right, so mine's a shitty one with a really good ending. All right, so this is Damian Austin. He's a Marine vet. It's going to come up on your screen here in a minute. So he chased down a dude that was at a Kroger. He was just in the grocery store, like going through the grocery, getting his shit, and a woman screamed behind him and said, "Oh my God, he just raped that girl." And the dude ran out. And he said, you can go out and watch the video. You can find this anywhere. He goes, "I didn't have a choice. I ran after this guy." And he pulled his pistol out and at gunpoint got him on the ground and
detained
him just at pistol point. And another woman happened to go into the Ace Hardware right next door and got like a bunch of zip ties.
Yep.
Right? And zip tied his ass.
They use that in 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah,
that's why I know that.
Jesus Christ. And zip tied him until the police got there.
That's insane.
Right? And this dude's a fucking, in my mind, is what we need more of.
Absolutely.
We need more people to step up. And
I think there are a lot of people. There's just sometimes consequences now that I think.
Who gives a fuck about the consequences?
I think people are scared of them. No, they make both sense. Both make sense to me.
But it's people that are
fearless,
that are just willing to step
obligated
up
to the community,
and will do something. And if you watch the video, he's like, "Hey, I shop here. My wife shops here. My family, my brother shops here. My son works here." He's like, "I can't not do." Right. And he's just got a sense of obligation to community.
There's urgency behind it.
And
for
I think that is something that, maybe it's starting to wane. But I think there are people that are like, even on the show, or like they're watching and that watch a lot of the other stuff that we all kind of agree is this is shit that needs to happen. Stopped.
No,
and you
agreed.
Need to step up.
Agree.
Regardless of what the ramification is, right? Be safe, do the right thing, but again, it is doing the right thing.
Don't be afraid to act.
Don't be afraid to act. So that's kind of my feel good. I saw that and I was like,
shallow compared to yours.
It's okay. It's totally fine. But I saw that today and I was like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, this dude's badass.
Yeah.
Kudos to that dude. So.
He is. Well, he's a Marine. Of course he is.
Yeah.
So now I don't want to talk about mine.
Go for it.
We got a new cleaning lady, and I absolutely love her, and I love my house. They were here for 6 hours yesterday. Mm-hmm. So she said, the first one, we're there for 5 or 6 hours. We cleaned from top to bottom.
What's her name? Shout it out.
Marlin Cleaning Company.
Marlene.
But it looks like Marlin Cleaning Company. And she'll be coming every 2 weeks now. And really, it was very affordable. But, I mean, she cleaned my baseboards all the way up to the fucking ceiling fan and the dog bowls. Like, she cleaned everything. And I was like, I'm
happy.
I think you're
Saves me some
I think
shit.
she's the new love of my life right now.
Yeah.
But that's kind of shallow compared to your.
It's totally fine, honey.
But it also is work-life balance because we are so busy working a lot of the time that some stuff goes by the wayside. Like mopping the floor for the first time in a year.
It was not a year. You guys, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Go out and check us out on The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg on Facebook, on the YouTube, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Podbean. You can find us out all over those places. Make fire. Do something good for one another. Be good to each other. Ian, come get a beer. Evan Haley, we miss you. To all the military first responders, without you guys, we cannot do this shit on a regular basis. So have a good night. And a reminder, we're gonna go on I think Friday night.
We're trying to move it to Friday.
We're gonna move it to Friday night. So if you're still on, check it out. And after that, we'll catch you guys a little bit later. So cheers. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Get yourself a
Cinco de Drinco.
Fucking Tecate or some shit.
Bye, guys.
Later, guys.